Okay, say hello.
Hello there, how are you? This is the old Carl.
What's your sobriety date, Carl?
27, going on 87. April 25th, 1956.
Holy moly, macaroni. Oh yeah. This is Carl, 60 years sober.
One day at a time.
One day at a time, yeah?
Yeah.
And tell him you've been to London to see the Queen. Tell him that you've been to London to see the Queen.
Have you seen the Queen, yeah?
Yeah, he went to London to see the Queen, but she wasn't home.
Well done, Carl.
I'm from Buffalo, New York. I got sober thanks to Joe D, who had 7 years. He came from New York City.
Yeah?
He was the security chief at Lord and Taylor's.
Yeah?
Then he transferred
Say something more important than that. Besides
to
that.
Buffalo, and he happened to come to the drunk hospital, and he talked to me, and he helped me initially get sober.
Tell him what you say every morning to people. If you got up before I did,
I'm deaf.
if you got up before I did,
Yeah,
you are sober for longer than me, right?
yeah. If you got up before 10 o'clock, you got more sobriety than I have.
Oh, wow.
Today, yeah.
One day at a time.
One day at a time.
I kind of can't believe it myself.
Wow.
Through the grace of God, the 12 steps, and the wonderful members of AA from Buffalo to Miami who helped me along the way,
We met.
including you.
What about Bill Wilson? Tell me about Bill Wilson.
Bill Wilson, our co-founder,
When did you meet
along
him?
with Dr. Bob.
When did you meet Bill Wilson?
When did I meet him? First time, I didn't. He died in
No, you did.
1950.
No, not
That was Dr. Bob. I
Yeah.
met Bill Wilson in Toronto
Wow.
at the 30th World Convention up there.
Tell you about Miami, Bill's last stop.
Oh,
And
wow.
then I met him again briefly in Miami at the 35th anniversary. This is where I got Sweetie Pie.
Whoa, sweetie pie. Tell us about Bill Wilson.
We met in Miami. He went to Miami with two purposes. One was to the grand meeting of the International AA Convention, and the other was to meet a wife. And he came back with me.
Oh, yeah. You the man.
I went down there to make out. Boy, did I ever.
And I heard Bill Wilson's last talk. He was there, he had emphysema, he was on oxygen, and he looked bad. In fact, he had gone to be at the convention but had to go to the hospital instead. So he got out of the hospital and he came to the meeting on Sunday morning, which was a surprise to everybody. They thought he wasn't going to come. And he was there, and I saw him in his last talk. But Carl also met him at two of his anniversaries. He went to Bill Wilson's anniversary, didn't you?
Yes.
And what did Bill Wilson say to you when you were standing in line?
It was, yeah. He was up in the mezzanine at the greeting room, and I shook hands with him. And I remember he grimaced a little because I squeezed too hard.
Yeah.
He was as frail then as I am now.
Wow.
But it was his 31st anniversary, sponsored by the New York Intergroup.
Yeah.
And I had a pleasure meeting him there. the World's Fair, the Pieta, there was no one on
Wow.
the grounds of the World's Fair.
Wow.